Hey friends, welcome back to another Vinyasa flow. Today is going to be short and spicy. We're going to be working mostly in our lower body, building some strength and some heat in there. We will have the opportunity to play with some pistol squats, but again, this is just an option. If you have 2 blocks nearby, you might find this useful, but absolutely no worries. If not, you can also use books as well. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna start in a Vinyasa, our hero's pose. Now, an option is just to sit on the heels, or if you felt comfortable, you can take the feet a little bit wider than your hips and try sink your hips down onto the ground. Or if you've got a block, it's quite nice to sit up onto that as well. And that just gives you a little bit more room for your knee joints and your ankle joints. Let's take a big breath in. Lift up tall. As you exhale, can you close down your eyes? We'll just have a few moments to transition into our practice. So just checking in with yourself. How's your energy today? In this practice, can you see it as playtime? Playtime for yourself, for your body, for your mind. Just moving in a way that feels good, that nourishes you, that doesn't require you to accomplish any to-do lists or fulfill anyone else's need apart from yourself. And sometimes it can be a little bit scary to take that step into perhaps something that may not seem like it has a purpose. You're not necessarily working towards something apart from your own self, your own happiness, your own health, your own fun. But the more that we can prioritize this, our own playtime, our time that we can spend with ourselves, the more joyful, the more easeful the rest of our day is going to be. Let's start to expand our breath. So breathing into the 3 parts, the chest, the ribs, the diaphragm. Filling up with as much air, with as much prana as you can. And exhaling, releasing anything that you need to let go of to be more fully here. Let's try one more big breath. Let's shift the weight forward slightly. We're going to remove anything that you have underneath your hips, just out. We're going to start with our toes tucked and sitting back down onto our heels. Just peel under any toes that are unwilling to come through. See if you can sit up tall here. And today you might feel asanas, you may feel sensations that feel a little bit uncomfortable. See if you can breathe through this. See if you can be easeful in the face of uncomfortableness. Let's try one more breath. And then start to place the hands down towards the ground. Start to shift the knees up towards your chest. Keep the heels slightly off the ground, but bring some weight into the thighs. Like you're trying to sit the heels down. Can you imagine drawing the toes up towards your shins? And bring as much weight onto your thighs as you can here. Let's try one more breath. And bring the hands towards the ground. Start to lift the hips. Take the feet towards the edges of the mat if you have one. Turn the toes in slightly. Just draw your chin in towards the chest. Let the upper body hang over for a moment. Soft bend of the legs. And then use your next inhale, bring the hands to the shins, halfway lift. We'll stay here for a few rounds of breath. So keep the spine long, engage through the core, shoulders pull back. Another option here, if you're feeling ready for it, is to extend the arms out in front of you. Now just see if your upper back and lower back curves here. If it does, see if you can place the hands back down. We want to keep the spine long as we reach the fingertips. Start to bend the left leg slightly, bring the left hand towards the ground, but keep it to a hover. Reach the right hand up, turn your eye gaze towards your right hand. Take one more breath here. Then bring the left hand towards the ground. Start to wrap that right hand behind the left hip. Keep that left knee bent. Use your inhale to lengthen the crown of the head forward. Use your exhale to twist you a little bit deeper. Start to unwind, reach both of the hands forward, take a big breath in. As we exhale, start to softly bend the right knee, hover the right hand towards the ground, reach the left hand high, see if you can turn your eye gaze around. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, take one more breath here. Then bring the right hand towards the ground, start to sweep the left hand behind the right hip, maybe clasping towards the right inner thigh. Use the spine as a way to open the left shoulder a little bit more. One more breath. And then unwind, bring both hands towards the ground, turn the heels in slightly, toes out, sink down into your Malasana squat. Hands might come to heart center. Try use your breath in to lengthen through the spine. Can you use your exhale to push the knees out with your elbows, draw the hips a little bit lower. Shoulder blades are back. Now you can stay here, or we can lift the hands up, taking the elbows away from the legs, and start to tap the left knee towards the ground. Shift your hips towards the right slightly, and then come back through center. We'll try a few more like these. So you come up onto your toes, and then you tap. Use your breath, inhale, exhale. And as you come back, see if you can draw the knees even wider. Let's try one more each side. Squeezing the glutes slightly. Come back through center, bring the hands down, draw the knees down so they're underneath your hips. Take a big breath in to lift up tall. As you exhale, draw the right hand down the right side, lengthen the left hand up and over. Other side, take a big breath in. As you exhale, left hand down the left thigh, lift your eye gaze here. Let's come back through center. Start to shift the weight into the left leg here. See if you can take your arms out wide. We're going to use a little bit of balance to draw the right knee up into our chest, or as high as it wants to go. You can always tap the foot down here if you wanted a little bit more. See if you can extend the right leg out long, flex the right toes back. Draw the right hip down. Take one more breath. And then take a big step forward with that right foot. Hands come towards the ground. Low lunge, little shift from side to side. On your next breath in, let's sweep the hands high. Exhale, Vinyasa. A little baby back bend here if that feels good. Draw the hips down towards the front heel. Then start to bring the left hand towards the ground on an in-breath. As you exhale, twist yourself towards the right thigh, reach the right hand up. Bring the right hand back down, start to shift the hips back, Adho Hanumanasana. Now, option here to bring two blocks on either side of your leg. Soft bend in the right leg, try to draw the right hip back here. You could stay grounded. If you want a little bit of a core and hip flexor challenge, come up onto fingertips if you don't have blocks. Round through the upper back, press through the ground. Use your inhale to lift the right heel off. Exhale to tap it down. 2 more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tap. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Hold here. Keep rounding through the upper back. Scoot the belly in. And then land the heel down. Start to transfer the weight back into the right foot. Pivot towards the left side of the mat. Turn the right toes towards the top left corner of your mat. Sink yourself down towards the right heel, Skandasana. Left knee, left toes turn towards the ceiling. If your heel is off the right heel, that's okay. Try press the elbow into the right leg. Start to transfer your weight into the left leg, moving through a wide squat. And then Skandasana, other side. Sink the heel down towards the left elbow. Draw the shoulder blades back. Start to pivot towards the left, the back of the mat. Drop the knee down, start to shift your weight back, Ardha Hanumanasana. So we're gonna rewind and do everything on the other side. Again, you can bring blocks in here, round through the upper back, squeeze through the quads, take a big breath in to lift, exhale to tap, inhale to lift, exhale to tap, inhale to lift. This time hold, press away from the ground, draw the belly into the spine, and then start to shift the weight forward. Plant the right hand down, take a big breath in to reach the left hand towards the ceiling. Exhale to draw the hips down. On your next breath in, sweep both hands higher, Anjaneyasana. Exhale to deepen. And then start to shift the weight back so the hips are over the knee. Take the hands wide, either keeping the leg straight or bending it. Start to hover the left leg. Big core engagement. This is quite a challenging one. And when you're ready, let's draw the knee back underneath the hip. We're going to try that again on the other side, adding on a little bit. So take the hands wide, start to transfer the weight into the right leg, lift the left knee, maybe extending the left leg out long. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, drop the left foot forward, Anjaneyasana, a big breath in to lift the arms. This time, can we tuck onto the right toes, lift the right knee to a little hover. So it's still just off the ground. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, lengthen the back leg, stay low within the left, sweep the hands behind, reach towards your back foot. Use your next inhale to rebend through the right leg, keep it to a hover as we reach the arms up and over. Exhale to sweep. Keep the left knee bent. One more time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to sweep. Take the right hand towards the ground. Keep it towards a hover. Take a big breath in to sweep the left hand towards the ceiling. You can also place the right hand down here, up to you. Use the strength of the core. Pull the belly away from the thigh. Bring the hands down towards the ground. Start to bring the right knee down. Shift the hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Again, stay down or press through the fingertips. This time as we breathe in, lift the left leg, hold for a few seconds. Keep rounding. And then place the left heel down. Start to shift the weight forward into that left leg again. Pivot towards the right, Skandasana. Hands might come to heart center. They might be on the ground if you want extra option. Lift the hands over your head. Start to shift the weight through a wide squat. Keep both knees bent. Transfer the weight into the right heel. Press the right knee out. Place the hands towards the ground. Pivot towards the back of the mat. Left knee comes down. Shift the hips back. Draw the right hip back. Soft bend into the right leg here. Again, you could stay down. You could use your breath in to lift the right heel off. Scoop the belly in. Oh my gosh, I am sweating already. One more breath. Then tap the right heel down. Start to shift the right weight into the foot again. Tuck onto the left toes. Sweep the right hand high on the breath in. And see if you can hover the left hand off the ground. Draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. And then start to pivot towards the thigh again. Reach the hands behind. Back leg is long. Use your next breath in to start to bend the left knee. Hover it off the ground. Reach the hands high. As you exhale, start to straighten that left leg, reach the hands behind. 2 more times. Inhale to lift. As we exhale, tip. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Draw the left knee towards the ground. Start to shift the weight so the hips land over the knees. Hands come wide. Use your in-breath, either bending the knee or keeping it long as you lengthen the right leg up. Just having a little bit of play here. And then when you're ready, slide back in. Well done. Bring the hands towards the ground, tuck onto the toes, and start to walk yourself back into an Uttanasana, your forward fold. Draw the chin in towards the chest slightly. Maybe a bend at the knee, bend at the other knee. Let's take 1 more breath. And then keeping the feet about hip width distance, start to send your hips back. Hands by the sides, it's wide-legged Utkatasana. So draw the belly to the spine. You can stay here Or you can start to shift the weight into the left leg. Extend the right leg out long so the knees are close together. Start to stand, take a big breath in to reach. Maybe the right knee comes a little bit higher. As you exhale, keep the hips back, bend the knee, hover the foot, and then place it down wide. Shift the weight into the right leg. Start to extend the left leg. Use your next breath in to reach yourself tall. Extend the left heel out a little bit further. As we exhale, bend the knee, hips back, and then weight into the left foot. Find your way back into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, but this time extend your hands forward. Can you lift up onto your heels? Onto your toes, lifting the heels off the ground. Start to tip again, reaching the hands forward, not going into a full forward fold. Keep the palms facing up. Then start to bend the knees again. Utkatasana, hands up, keep the heels off. Inhale. As you exhale, lengthen the legs, tip forward, keep the spine long. Inhale, bend, lift. Exhale, extend. One more time, inhale. And then exhale. Ooh. Heels come down, forward fold. Start to shift the weight into the left foot, Take a big breath in to lift the right toes up, standing splits. Eye gaze on the left big toe. Try soften the left knee here. Draw the right hip down. You could stay here, or you could bend to the right knee. Try open the hip, peel that right knee away as high as you can. Engage through the belly. Take one more breath. See if we can bring the hands to the shins, inhaling halfway lift. You can always keep the hands towards the ground, but using the strength of the back to lift yourself up, keep the knee bent. Can you kick the heel a little higher? And then fold back again. Extend the right leg out long, keep it hovering. Walk yourself into a plank. Now you can always touch the right toes down, you can touch the left knee down. Bend the elbows, draw the chin and the chest towards the ground, keep lifting the right foot high. Use your next breath in to open yourself, upward facing dog or baby cobra. As we exhale, come up and back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take one more breath. Soften the knees, draw the heels towards the ground. Start to walk the hands back towards your feet. Shift the weight into the left foot, into the right foot. Take a big breath in to sweep the left toes high, standing splits. Draw the left hip down, eye gaze on your big right toe. Soften the right knee. Start to bend to the left knee, open the hip, heel the left knee as far as you can. You could stay with the hands on the ground, or see if you can bring the hands to the shins. Take a big breath in, halfway lift. Keep engaging through the core, draw the shoulder blades back slightly. Take a big breath in, and then exhale to fold. Start to walk your hands out to your plank position. So hands underneath the shoulders, extend the leg long, the left leg. Bend to the elbows, touch the chin and the chest towards the ground, reach the left toes high. Use your next breath in to upward facing dog, draw the ankles in, thighs off the ground. As we exhale, downward facing dog. Well, that was fun. Take a little walk out of your feet here. Perhaps doing some shapes that we haven't done before. And then on your next breath in, let's walk towards the top of the mat. Feet together or slightly apart. As we exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. As we exhale, fold again. Inhale to rise, lift the arms, lift the eye gaze. As we exhale, hands by the sides, Tadasana. We'll go through maybe 2 rounds of Surya Namaskara A, maybe 3, we'll see. Inhale to lift, Urdhva Hastasana. As we extend the knees, tip from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. As we exhale, hands come towards the ground, step or jump back through your Chaturanga. Bending the elbows close towards the body. Inhaling Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, squeeze the glutes. As we exhale, come up and back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let's take one more breath. Eye gaze in between the legs. You're trying to draw the chest towards the thighs. Now you can either step towards the top of the mat or you can bend your legs, look forward, take a little hop towards the top of the mat. As we exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As we exhale, fold again. Inhale to rise, lift the arms, lift the eye gaze. As we exhale, hands by the sides, Tadasana. Inhale to lift, reach as high as you can. As you exhale, fold forward, draw the chin in towards the chest. Inhaling, halfway lift. As we exhale, place the hands down, step or jump back, chaturanga. Press away from the ground if you're jumping. Big breath in to press away from the floor, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just find a breath. On your next breath in, start to sweep the right toes high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, transfer the weight forward, draw the knee towards the nose. And step the right foot in between the hands, draw the left knee down. Use your breath in to sweep both hands high. Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, lift the left knee off, reach the hands behind. Draw shoulder blades back. Inhale, Anjaneyasana with knee hovering, maybe baby back bend. As we exhale, lengthen the back leg, reach the hands behind. Take one more breath in this position. Start to transfer the weight into the right foot. See if you can tap the left knee towards the right calf muscle. Draw the left foot towards your glutes. Now you can either tap the left foot down into a narrow squat and stay here, or see if you can extend the left leg out long. Hover your hips down towards your heels, pistol squat. You can also have the hands down on the ground. Take one more breath. Flex the left toes towards you. Use your next breath in to press away from the ground. Start to draw the hands towards the ground. Sweep the left toes high, standing splits. Draw the left hip down. Try one more breath here. Start to bring the hands towards the ground. Either a step back or a few hops or one big hop into that fancy chaturanga that we did before. Chin and chest towards the ground. Bending the elbows close. Use your next breath in to open. Exhale to come up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take one more breath. Lift the tailbone high, draw the shoulders up the spine. On your next inhalation, sweep the left toes high, three-legged dog, draw the left hip down. As we exhale, transfer the weight forward, draw the knee towards the nose, and step the left foot in between the hands, soften the right knee down. Use your next breath in to sweep the hands high, Anjaneyasana. As we exhale, tuck onto the right toes, extend the right leg long, sweep the hands behind. Inhale, right knee hovers, lift the arms. As we exhale, extend the arms back. Shoulder blades pull back. Let's try one more breath here. See if you can deepen into the hips on your exhale. Start to shift the weight forward into that left foot. See if you can tap the right foot towards the left calf. Can you go deeper here? Again, either touching the right foot down into your Utkatasana or extend the right leg out long. Start to bend the left knee into your pistol squat. Draw the right toes back, engage through the right quad here. Just try one more breath. Ooh, it's a little bit of fun. And then either using your hands or without your hands, start to press through the left foot. Bring the hands towards the ground, sweep the right toes high, standing splits. Soften the left knee, eye gaze on the left toes. Draw the right hip down. One more breath. And then either taking a few hops, one hop, or even just step back. Find your fancy chaturanga again, chin and chest towards the ground. Use your exhale. Right toes sweep high. And use your breath in to open. And exhale to close. Few breaths in your downward facing dog. If you need to shake it out, give yourself a little rest. Please do. Don't know about you guys, but I am pretty sweaty at the moment. We're going to try that sequence One more time. We're going to change it up just a little bit though. On your next breath in, sweep the right toes high, three-legged dog. See if you can keep your right leg straight as you start to ripple forward. Place the right foot in between your hands. Left leg is straight. Use your next breath in to sweep the hands high, high lunge. Exhale to sweep the hands back. Inhale to lift. This time, exhale, left hand comes to a hover, right hand to a side. Again, you can always bring the left hand down towards the ground, but just using the strength of the core to lift ourselves up. Start to shift the eye gaze towards the ground. Keep the twist in the spine, transfer the weight into the right foot as you tap the left knee towards the right calf, twisted Shiva. Use your next breath in, extend that left leg long, hover it off the ground. Twisted, revolved to Ardha Chandrasana. You can also bring your left hand towards a block here. Keep the spine long. See if you can shift your eye gaze towards the right. You can always touch the left leg down. Let's try one more breath. Start to shift the eye gaze back down. Tap the left knee towards the right calf again, chest towards the ground. Again, either touching the left foot down into your wide-legged Utkatasana, or send your hips down. Pistol squat. Good measure of strength as well as flexibility. Use your next breath in, either using the hands or just the legs. Sweep the left toes high, standing splits. Take one more breath here. And start to take the left foot back towards the back of the mat. Place the left heel down. Revolve yourself towards the left side of the mat. Reverse your warrior. Left hand down the left thigh. Right hand comes up and over. Use your breath in to lift up tall. As you exhale, side bend. Shoulders are soft here. Extend the right leg long. Turn the left toes towards the left back of the mat. Skandasana. Hips come over the heels. Hands come together. Maybe you press the left knee out. Look forward towards your right big toe. Start to shift the weight forward back into your right foot. But this time, bring the left knee down. Send the hips back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Let's take a few moments here to decompress, to rest. Using your in-breath to reach yourself forward just a little bit longer. As we exhale, fold a little bit deeper. I'm going to try find another twist here. So either bring the left hand to a block or come to fingertips. Start to sweep the right hand high. If you need to bend your right knee, in fact, it should be encouraged. Please do. Otherwise, keep sending the right hip back. Eye gaze lifts. One more breath. See if you can place your left palm towards the ground. Shift the weight forward slightly as you tuck onto the left toes. Draw the left heel towards the ground. Extend the right foot back into your Vashisthasana. Lift your eye gaze. Press out of your left hand to lift the hips. One more breath. Start to shift the eye gaze down. Bring the right hand towards the ground. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, Chaturanga, bend the elbows close. Inhaling to open, wrap the elbows behind you. As you exhale, come up and back. Downward facing dog or Malasana, child's pose, whatever feels most nourishing here. We'll take a few breaths. Remember, it's not about what the asanas look like. What my asana practice looks like might be different from yours. You might be more advanced. You might be less so. The most important is how it feels, as well as just what's going on in the mind. The most important thing is that you're having fun. Let's try that one more time on the other side. So take a big breath in to sweep the left toes high, three-legged dog, draw the left hip down. See if you can keep your leg straight as you transfer the weight forward, round through the upper back as you step the left foot in between the hands. Take a big breath and reach both hands high, high lunge. Back leg is long. As you exhale, tip forward, reach the hands behind. Shoulder blades back. Inhale to reach up. As you exhale, revolve. Right hand hovers, left hand reaches high. Try to lift your eye gaze here. Remember, you can always bring the right hand down. See if you can hug the inner thighs towards each other. Start to shift the eye gaze down. Transfer the weight into the left foot. Keep the hands wide as you tap the right knee towards the left calf. And then start to extend that right leg long to a hover, revolved Ardha Chandrasana. Again, you can always bring that right hand down to a block. Extend the left hand as high as you can. Engage through the core. One more breath. Start to shift the eye gaze back down. Turn your chest down as well. Tap the right knee towards the left calf. Hug the right foot into the glutes. Again, either touching down or extend the right leg out long. Start to hover the hips towards the ground. Whew, that's a lot. Start to push through the left heel. Sweep the right toes up and over, standing splits. Eye gaze on the left big toe. Draw the right hip down. One more breath. On your next in-breath, take a long step back. Draw the right heel down. Open yourself towards the right. Reverse your warrior. Left hand comes up and over. Bend into that left leg as much as you can. Extend that left hand away. One more breath. Start to lengthen. Turn the right toes towards the back right corner. Sink the hips down, Skandasana. Another option here, if you're feeling good, extend the arms overhead. Keep engaging through the left quad. When you're ready, start to walk your hands towards the top of the mat. And then draw the right knee down, send the hips back. Draw the left toes high. Keep using inhalation to lengthen and encourage the belly button forward on your leg. As you exhale, can you deepen into this asana? Not just physically, but also mentally as well. So remember, trying to keep ourselves as present as we can, because that's where we can find the most joy. Let's try one more breath. Either using a block or coming up onto your fingertips. Take a big breath in to sweep the left hand high. Again, it's encouraged to bend the left knee slightly here. One more breath. Shift the eye gaze back down again. Place the right hand towards the ground. Shift the weight forward, tuck onto the right toes. Draw the right heel towards the ground. Take a big step back with your left foot. Take a big breath in to reach up high in your Vashisthasana. When you're ready, bring the hand down towards the ground. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, Chaturanga, we're going to meet in our Balasana, our child's pose. Whew. My mat is filled with dots in the moment from all the sweat. If you've ever been to Auckland or around the area in New Zealand, you know that it gets humid. Rest, recuperate. We have a short cool down sequence. And then we'll head into our Savasana. But first, deepen your breath. Let your exhales ground you into this moment on your mat. And when you're ready, you don't have to be ready. Take as much time as you need here. You can pause the video. If you feel ready to move on, start to walk the hands back towards your knees. Another great option here is to use a block. We're going to find some Ustrasana variations with a twist. So you can either have a block towards the side and just press up into it. If you feel like you have space, you can bring the hand down towards the heel. Just sweep the left hand up and over as you squeeze the glutes and lift. And then draw the hips down towards the heels, other side. Take a big breath in. Exhale to revolve. Try that one more time each side. So remember, you can use the block. You can even stack it up on a higher setting just to give a little bit more. You can even just bring the hands up towards the hips. Use your breath. Draw the hips down towards the heels. Cross over the feet. Shift your weight forward slightly so it's in the middle of your mat. And start to extend your legs out long into your Navasana. So the legs can be bent, they can be a little bit longer. You can have the hands around the thighs. You can even have the hands down towards the ground. Draw the shoulder blades back, lift it up tall. We want to find that long spine here. And see if you can start to lengthen the left toes away from you, even tapping it down towards the ground. Extend the left hand forward, right hand back slightly. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, come back through center, other side. Inhale to twist towards the left, extend the right leg long. Exhale, coming back. One more time each side, lift up tall, inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, nice. Walk forward slightly, roll down onto your back. Bring the hips towards the heels. Take a big breath in to press the heels, lift the glutes up for your Setu Bandhasana. It should feel quite nice. Especially we did a lot of kind of strengthening through the quadriceps and the hip flexors today. We're just countering that to lengthen them. You can even bring your hands underneath you to come up a little bit higher onto your shoulders. And just make sure that the knees are pressing out over the toes, they're not splaying over to the sides. Let's try one more breath here. And then as you exhale, release the hands if you have them, roll down through the spine. A few different options. You can bring the feet over your hips for your waterfall pose. If you are feeling comfortable, see if you can lift the hips up for your Halasana. Maybe the hands come towards your back. And even more challenging, well, not challenging, but a different variation is to take the feet wide here. Try to scoop the belly into the spine. If you're taking the feet wide, see if you can take your fingertips around your toes. And press the toes into the fingers. Lift the hips as high as you can. Supta Konasana. And if you do have your feet wide, I've got a little challenge for you. You might just hold up before I do this. What you're going to do, roll down through the spine, keep the clasp with the toes as you lift up high onto your sit bones. Okay, see if you can lift up tall, press the heels away, draw the shoulder blades down the spine. And stay here for a few breaths. And it's totally okay if you lose your balance along the way. One last challenge, you can bring your hands down, or if you wanted to, you could land with your heels and your hands around the feet together. Ready? And see if you can draw the chest down towards at the same time. It's kind of a funky one. We'll just take a few moments here to rest. You can release the hands around the legs. If you wanted more of a stronger stretch, stronger position, you can bring the hands to the shins and just use that as a way to keep the spine really long. It is more active though. You can also bring your blocks to bring your forehead down or your forearms down. We'll stay here for a few rounds of breath. Can you settle in here a little bit more? Breathing through any feelings of uncomfortableness. knowing that it is not permanent, it is temporary. And sometimes pain doesn't mean things are bad. Often we need to move through pain to be able to experience greater things. One more breath. And start to walk yourself back up. We're going to head down onto our backs. If you want to pop on a layer before we come down, you're more than welcome to. Draw the knees in, roll yourself down. You can draw the right knee into the chest, left leg extends out long. And see if you can take your right hand towards the side, left hand around the thigh. Scoop your hips over towards the right, then extend the knee towards the left. See if you can draw the eye gaze down the right hand, right shoulder is invited towards the ground. Let's take one more breath here. And find your way back through center. We'll exchange it with the other side. So extend the right leg long, draw the left knee into the chest. Hands clasp around the shins. Then extend the left hand out towards the side. Take the right hand around the left thigh. Scoot your hips over towards the left slightly as you draw the knee towards the right. Eye gaze shifts down the left hand. Find your 3-part breath here again. And then find your way back through center. If there's any other asana, any other position that your body is calling for, or your mind or your heart, you might find a happy baby or a Supta Baddha Konasana with your feet together and your knees wide. The most important thing is that you feel comfortable in this Savasana. We're letting our body completely rest after quite a physical and perhaps challenging asana practice. And see if when your body relaxes, can your mind also relax as well? Letting go of any holding, any grasping. And can you sink yourself even deeper into the earth beneath you? I'll be here for a couple of minutes of quiet. You may like to ask yourself, how do I feel now that I've spent some time just playing in my body, spending this whole time dedicated to me and nourishing myself, not anyone or anything else. Just reminding ourselves that when we do take time out for ourselves just to focus and play and have joy, experience joy, everything else becomes a little bit brighter, a little bit more vibrant. See if we can start to expand our breath. So breathing in as much as you can. And even when you can't feel like you can breathe in anymore, sip in a little bit more. And then take a big sigh out of the mouth. Take 2 more breaths like that. Start to make some movement back in the toes and the fingers. Making some movements that feel just really nice in the body right now. Maybe that's a full body stretch. Maybe that's giving yourself a little hug. Maybe a twist. In your own time, in your own way, we'll find a way into a seat. I'm not trying to rush this process, but taking as much time as we need to transition out. Let's lift up tall once you've landed here. Keep the eyes closed. Bring the hands to your heart center. Bow your head, honoring the practice of yoga, honoring yourself. Anything else you'd like to honor or give thanks to, now is your time. And I thank you so much for joining me and moving with me and sweating with me. And I hope you keep taking time out of your day to give back to yourself. And I'll see you next time.